Afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Oxley Central. My name's Ian, and quick update today, but importantly, did I do my backscenes? Let's go and find out. So here we are. I can't believe it's just been over a month already. This year seems to be flying by so quickly. March next week, and I thought prudent just to give a little bit of an update as to where I am, what I've been up to, and of course some new purchases that's been going on in the background since Christmas. So I'm going to walk you through where I'm at. So, first things first, massive thank you to Jason at Railworks Diorama, who I contacted to have some locos weathered, and he said, yeah, no problem, bring some up, and fully expecting to pay the guy, and he said, no, he said, I love what I'm doing, you've got a large collection, let me get some stuff underway for you and get it detailed. So he's done my Class 59 and my yeoman wagons. He's done my hoppers along with the Class 58. He's done my cargo wagons, which look fantastic, and he's done my GBRF wagons along with my two Class 50s, which I still need to get my snow plows fitted on. I can't see where to put them in, to be honest with you. So huge thanks to Jason. That's Jason at Railworks Diorama. Little road trip for me up to Stoke, 45 minutes, and I've got a few other bits and pieces to pick up from him this weekend, some Freightliner flats. So big question, have I done my back scenes? The answer is no. It's been on my agenda for 2-3 months. I try and get motivated to do it, and then I just can't. I get bogged down into something that you lie in bed and you think about, and you just end up going on a tangent and not doing it. So I have got to the point that I've took the two pieces down. One of the boards is a bit worn, to be honest with you, and it just needs reattaching, and it needs watering down with this stuff called Windex, very ammonia heavy based, but it does allow you to bend or curve your MDF, and once it dries it bends in place basically, and then when you come to put the back scenes on, it's easy to wallpaper down. These are to my back scenes I've got. I bought them 4 or 5 years ago, but I've got some other ones which are currently been in my lounge for 3 months underneath the rug to keep them nice and flat. So I'm going to try and get them done this weekend, hopefully. So what else have I been up to? I'm going to feature now these bits and pieces here. So moving on, I'll show you next on how I did the hard standing areas, the concrete look-alike. So onto the carriage sidings, the sort of hard standing area has been put down. I've just used bits of either MDF or foam, styrofoam. And I was going to use these grey strips from Scale Scenery, but I've decided that whilst they look good on there, my concern is that if they get damp, they may lift, and then I'm going to end up having to replace them, and then it's never going to look any good. So today I'm going to use this stuff, AK Terrains concrete, and I'm just going to apply a thin layer on the top of these, and I will then just leave it to dry 24 hours and then probably sand it down slightly if need be, and then we'll put some kind of wash on it once I've sort of sourced the wash that I require for it. So I'm going to crack on with this, and I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, so that's had a couple of days to dry, and what I've done is I've just lightly sanded down the concrete effect. In hindsight, what I should have done was, instead of masking it up, I should have just took the track up. It would have been a little easier. Well, obviously what I didn't show in the end was that's exactly what I did do. So I took the track up, and then I cleaned it up, because unfortunately, as much as I masked, some bits of the concrete had fell down in the sleepers. So the next stage is this. This is also by AK. So this is AK Wash for Interiors, and what I'm going to do is just use a fine brush, and I'm just going to wash over with this wash, and then as I go along, I'm just going to then dab any excess off the top of the surface. So this is the first time I've done it, so we'll see how we get on and what the results look like. If I'm happy enough with it, then eventually the whole of the depot at the back will be done in the same manner. I did buy some of the grey Das Modern clay, but I suspect that's going to be a little bit more fiddly, more time consuming than this process that I've started now. Anyway, we'll give it a wash, we'll give it a wipe over, and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so that didn't take very long. Just try and get in as close as I can with this, and I think, to be fair, it's not a bad job. I think it looks quite authentic, and I think once there's some logos on there, etc., it will look quite good. So I paid for the wash, I think it was about £6, and then like another £4 delivery, and then the AK concrete, I think that was about £8 or thereabouts, plus a bit of postage. Doesn't seem to be any model shops close to me that has them in stock readily available. So quite happy with that. So I think the plan is that once I get my bits and pieces sorted out for the depot, I will use that same effect, because currently, whilst I do have the pits in, I am in talks with a company who's going to put some holes in so I can run a very thin cob LED strip underneath, and then reflect that light out. So I'm a little bit behind on this currently, for me to move on to it. So there we go. I hope that was okay for people. I hope it should prove useful, and maybe you can have a go and attempt to use how I've managed to do my hard standing areas currently. I hope that was useful. You know, I've sort of done some Googling, some reading, and on YouTube, and sort of came across this technique, so I thought I'd replicate that. As I've alluded to, I've got my pits and I'm just waiting for these to be redone so I can get some lights in, and eventually I can glue them down, get them wired up, etc. We've got the towers. These are just loose at the minute just to make it look pretty. I have some very, very small LED lights. I still wonder if they're still too big, but I'm going to attempt to have to wire that if I can. And then other than that, I've finally got the rest of my viaduct printed thanks to my friend Aaron at Asbo 3D. He's on Facebook if anybody wants some stuff doing. And this isn't glued down at the minute. I've put the footpaths in, they're down. This is just loose at the minute. Couple of things I want to do. So at Wolverhampton station, through the holes, there is a white wall. Bizarrely, it's all tiled actually, ceramic tiled. So these are going to be trimmed down a little bit. They will be put at the back, so you'll have the walkway within this area. Here will be it's like a little grassy bank area, and then there's trees. And where we got married, we had our pictures sort of took in front of that viaduct, which actually I might just stick a picture on now. So yeah, that's where we had our pictures took. So plan is we'll run this sort of garden trees area all the way down, and then you'll see here that the sort of last few arches, whilst they're not arches at Wolverhampton, they're like a retaining wall. But rather go to the hassle of trying to get a retaining wall designed and made and done, I just stayed with this flow. And then the next stage is just to get a load of plain brick sheets done, and then that'll feature the road and the pub called the Great Western if people know it, and then the Royal Mail Centre. What will go underneath here will be this, I think it was described as a doll's house light strip. So that's what I'm going to be using once I've got the white walling in place. So I think that's the plan this weekend. Finish this off. I've got to be absolutely dead certain. I just want to test some of the track here again. It looks a bit like a bomb site's gone off here at the minute. I just want to make sure my connections here are good, because if they're not, I can't get underneath this anymore. And that was a bit of a design flaw on my part. And then hopefully I will get the back scenes done, get them all out of the way, and then it'll start to come to life. I'm actually quite itching to get this area done and finished, but until I get those pits back, I'm a bit stuck, because I do want to crack on with the embankment over the back, the trees, the fencing, get the lights in, get all that done. I'm keen to get this all boxed off here as well, with the embankment and fencing as well. And I might also just start to ballast these 3 tracks just to see what it looks like. And then there's also got to be a retaining wall that runs down here. This is actually just slightly higher by about 6 mil, which it does sit high actually. It's Oxley, although I don't think I've gone high enough, but I think it's enough. Interestingly, I did a Facebook post a couple of weeks ago, so thanks to everybody that replied even. I was really toying around with my ballast options, and I'd used some pictures in terms of I used 3 or 4 different ballasts and try comparing them. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going for this mix. I'm going for this light grey blend by Legacy. I get that from DCC Supplies, I think it's called. And then I'm going with the Woodland Scenics Fine Ballast. So my plan is I'm actually going to mix the 2 ballasts together, and I just need to find out what my correct formula is going to be for using that. So that's where we're at with that. And then the last purchase, really, I bought this off Amazon. Absolutely brilliant. You know, I've cut down my platform, my walkways with it, and my walls. It's only 100 watts motor. It cuts up to 3.5 centimetre thick. I can do angle cuts. There is a couple of attachments on here, so you can put a chuck bit in. Oh, down there, so there's a chuck bit there. So you can do filing and sanding and engraving. It comes with a whole plethora of different tools, including this flexible shaft, and I think for 60 quid can't go wrong with it. There's absolutely loads of stuff in there, so I just wanted to put that out there in case it interested anybody. So there we go. That's where I'm at. That's the latest updates I have for you, and hopefully I will see you in another 3-4 weeks time maybe, and have the back scenes done. Anyway, as always, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for all the comments. I really appreciate it. See you soon. Cheers. Bye bye.